Hi, and thanks for watching. This is Linda Bartolucci with InkStampinScrap.com, and today is the first day of the 2013 Spring Catalog for Stampin' Up! So I thought we'd take a quick tour. As you can see, lots and lots of new products are featured right here on the cover with the journal, and I can't wait to just dive in and show you everything. I'm going to fly through the catalog and point out the really important stuff, and then we'll go back page by page to see all the details. What I want to show you first is that just like in the previous seasonal catalog, the holiday one, Stampin' Up! Gave you lots of bundles to purchase where you can combine products that go together like a stamp set and framelits and get a deeper discount for buying both at the same time. So there are several bundles, and those are all listed right on the inside cover, the page for each of those bundles. I'm going to flip all the way to the back of the catalog to show you two other really important things. It's on the inside cover of the back where you see the hostess products that are available only during the time of this catalog, which is until the end of May. So you can get this stamp set or this stamp set in clear or wood, and then there's this beautiful My Digital Studio collection, and you can make all these cool cards. You get all these papers, lots of stamps, all those words or stamps to mix and match and make cards and projects, and you can make scrapbook pages with all those papers. It's just awesome. And here's your scale if you decide to host a party. The other thing that's close to the end of the catalog are those things that were carried on from the holiday catalog. I know a lot of you fell in love with some of the framelits, definitely the 1 1/4 inch scallop punch, and there are several things that were carried on into the selling period of this catalog, and I think maybe even farther than that, although they haven't said so yet. So make sure you check out page 36 to know what products are carrying on. Alright, so let's start from the beginning. Like I told you, the bundles are right here. So this first suite that they are offering is the Tea for Two suite, and it's very shabby chic, lots of fun stuff. This is the new lace tape, and there's tea time trinkets, and then the beautiful Tea for Two designer series paper. And then there's a sneak peek of one of the new embossing folders, which is the honeycomb embossing folder. Now, Oh Hello is one of the first stamp sets that has a coordinating framelit set, and that is one of the bundles that you can purchase. We also have a new digital template for our easel calendars that has fun spring colors to use. There's these great paper doilies along with a new set of textured embossing folders. These are the half folders, and you can make needlepoint borders, both a straight stitch with a scallop above it and a cross stitch, and they both look really beautiful on your projects. I can't wait to keep showing you more things. For those of you that enjoy fabric, we've introduced a few new patterns of fabric. One of them is the Tea for Two fabric, and then we have these great crepe filter papers. I've started seeing more and more samples with that. You can see right here they made a flower, and this is one of my to die for things. This is the honeycomb embossing folder, and I just think it's so wonderful. Not only does it make this awesome pattern on the raised side, the other side is beautiful too when you use it on a card. You don't have to use the raised side. You can flip it over and it still adds texture and really unique characters to your project. You can also, because it's embossing so deeply, if you're embossing something like designer series paper, which is a lot thinner, it almost cuts it. You have to be very careful with it, but that means that you can make inserts really easy for these, which you'll see on a lot of samples. Amazing Family is a wonderful stamp set that you'll find many uses for, the chalkboard technique or just regular stamping. And then we have this really beautiful, amazing accent wheel that coordinates with it. Princess for a Day. It's actually called You Rule, but that's what I think of when I see this stamp set. The thing to not miss on this page is the large rhinestone basic jewels. So these are bigger than any of the jewels that we currently offer, and it's just one big sheet of just those. This is the Just Married set. We're headed into the spring, so we're going to recognize a lot of the holidays and occasions that usually happen in the spring. If you've been looking for an invitation/birthday stamp set, Make-A-Wish is an awesome addition to your stamping arsenal. You can use it for all sorts of things. You've got your date, time, place, and RSVP, and then just some really wonderful happy birthday kind of stamp sets. We have a new Simply Scrappin' kit that it leans more towards your younger children, school days, but you can certainly use the colors and coordinate it for even a cute nursery book, which would be just fine. Now we get into the More and More suite, and this is not so much shabby chic, but a lot more vintage. The More and More Designer Series paper has this beautiful laser cut sheet that comes with it. We have our Artisan Embellishment Kit where you just get little samplings of all this stuff. This is something that you can purchase and make many, many projects with, because you have quite a bit of the lace as well as the 3 different types of ribbon, and then all these little cute little buttons and vintage looking trinkets that go along with that beautiful lace and ribbon. Hearts of Flutter is another bundled package. You can see all the stamp sets have a red border around them, and that's because they go with the framelit dies, and right there it lists the Hearts of Flutter bundle prices, which give you a discount. If you add up just the stamps and the framelits straight, it would cost you more than buying them together. And why not get them together? Because who wants to make all that scallopy cut? It's a lot more fun and easy to have the framelits for you. Now, what I don't want you to miss on this page is those cool designer builder brads. Even though they're pictured way up with the More and More, they go with so many other things that are featured later on in the catalog. They have this great little inset here where you can add all sorts of different stamped images or shimmer paper and just dress them up, pop them up. A dahlia fits in there really nicely as well. And we've added Pool Party as an embossing powder, along with Pool Party as a coordination cardstock, and Real Red and Primrose petals. Another fabric goes with the More and More suite, so for those of you that like to sew, you've got another set of fabric, and we added another style of ribbon, two-tone ribbon. It comes in Pink Pirouette and Rose Red, as well as Basic Gray and Basic Black. I've already posted a picture with the pink on, and I just want to caution you, two-tone ribbon doesn't really necessarily mean there are obviously 2 tones. It just kind of fits in between the two because it's woven with both tones of thread, but it's woven really tightly, so it just basically coordinates with Pink Pirouette or Rose Red, and then the darker one coordinates with Basic Gray or Basic Black. The Butterfly Punch Bitty Butterfly that got added goes with the Papillion Potpourri butterfly stamp set. This butterfly insets nicely to the Elegant Butterfly Punch that we introduced at the beginning of the year. And More and More also has a digital ensemble for my digital studio. This, I think, is an awesome stamp set. You're going to get a ton of use out of it. You can convert all sorts of stamps into a more masculine look with these awesome plaid patterns. And then, of course, you have Dapper Dad that already coordinates nicely with these background stamps. Don't miss this little tool down here. This is a distressing tool, and it's going to be wonderful to use on the edges of many of your projects, just to give it a little stress to the edge. It's also going to pick up ink a lot better when you sponge around the edge after you've distressed it. This card here gives you a sample of what I was talking about, where they honeycomb embossed it and then they punched out or cut out designer series paper in the shape of the honeycombs. And actually, some of it's designer series paper, but much of it was actually stamped with this stamp set over here. And you can see Henry Says. I just think this is an adorable sketch art stamp set. Stands alone, not really part of a particular suite, but how cool is that when you stamp this Neato plaid on that elephant? I just think he looks amazing. All right, I'm only to page 16 and I cannot control myself how much I'm enjoying this catalog. Do you remember the Festival of Prints? We have another pad of paper. It's called our paper stack. It's 4.5 by 6.5, and this time it's the print poetry design. Again, it has 8 different colors in it, so you have lots of coordinating you can do. Some of the patterns are more masculine, and some of them lend themselves more feminine. None of them are specific for holidays, so you're good to go. They've pictured all sorts of goodies with this paper right here, as well as the Chow Baby set, which goes with the new petite curly label punch. Now that is an interesting little gizmo. That is only going to be available for a little while as a free purchase during Celebration. So you have to actually wait till the 22nd to get your hands on that punch, but you can use the scallop already and then just give yourself a little bit of time and that punch will be available. And the punch that I was talking about that will work with the number 1, the and the Oh Baby, is the new 7/8 inch scallop punch. So we go all the way from 2 3/8 inch down to 7/8 of an inch now. Very, very cool. This is awesome. I hope you took a moment to see the card that I posted earlier this month or earlier in December using the Secret Garden stamp set. It has a matching framelit set and therefore is also bundled. And remember, that's the way to get these products to get the discount. Swallowtail is all the rage. I'm seeing lots of samples with this. It's just an absolutely knock your socks off, gorgeous butterfly. It's beautiful embossed. You can do lots of techniques with it. Looks great watercolored. This is the Pop-Up Posies Designer Kit, and this is a new style of kit for Stampin' Up, and I really like it. It's similar to the Artisan kit that we saw earlier, where there's just lots of little embellishments that you can pull together and add to your projects. For this kit, they have created cameo coral and pool party flowers, and then they've given you two different styles of fabric colored brads, daffodil and vanilla, and you can just layer those flowers together and you can put your brads in the middle. And then they gave you these cute little, they're pretty much like cupcake holders, but they're extra small, and they explain to you how to coordinate them or fold them and stack them perfectly to make these really cute flowers. These tags are included with it, as well as the Just For You stamp set, and it coordinates beautifully on the front of a card just like it's pictured here. Throw it over a bag, put it on the fancy favor box. So lots and lots of fun. And for you sea lovers, we have By the Tide, a new seafaring stamp set. Now we get to the next, we're actually to the middle of the catalog, and we get to the next suite. Parker's Patterns, to me, when I saw it, just screamed boy on this page, and then I went over here and I was like, oh, it's much more needlepoint and crafty, but it all kind of goes together because this is the bold type. Thinking of You definitely has the appearance of fabric behind it. And then we actually have our canvas creations, which is a new embellishment that you can add. They are blank canvases. You get one sheet that's 12 by 12, and then you can cut it and sew it like is shown here. Parker's Pattern paper, it just pops off the page. It's bold and beautiful. And then we've got these really great new neutral buttons. They're silver and they're real shiny and pop up. And then to just balance it out, we have this beautiful new natural trim ribbon. It just looks like you took a canvas bag and just took a strip of it and made ribbon out of it. Needlework is definitely a theme throughout this catalog, and we have the new Sweet Threads bundle where you get these little patterns and they're already punched out, and you can take your needle and thread, which is part of the bundle, and go ahead and create that. And then we gave you a stamp set to go with it that says thank you and happy birthday. Loving this for Easter, a little bit of spring. I'm particularly drawn to the frog. I think he just looks happy and fun. I love all the little characters, and I'm looking forward to having fun with this. If you'd like a more bold, springy stamp set, you've got Spring Sampler here that you can get in clear or wood, and it just covers all sorts of stuff. I can definitely see this being a teacher thank you gift towards the end of the calendar year. Teachers would love to be able to stamp these on their students' papers. So this is Collage Curio, and to me it kind of coordinates nicely with the Chow Baby set that we saw earlier with the smaller curly label and the 7/8 inch scallop circle punch. Say that a few times fast. But what I don't want you to miss on this page is the new Soda Pop tops. You'll see lots of samples, and you can see the smaller version, these little tiny stamped images. That is right here from Itty Bitties. You need to note this only comes in wood, and it actually ships to you in a small box. The wood sticks are just adorable in and of themselves. They're not really blocks. They're more like 1/4 inch sticks, and the stamps go one on each end. Very, very cute and fun to work with. And imagine these in the middle of those beautiful brad builders that we looked at earlier in the catalog. Now this cute Just For You Hi and Thinking of You is a great little greeting set in and of itself. Sorry. But you could also consider getting this new Boutique Boxes Designer Printed Kit, which gives you boxes that fold up nicely and hold small note cards or trinkets or whatever for great gifts. Again, a nice way to package end of the school year gifts. And then you have this whole sheet of die cut as well as additional little note cards to attach to the front or slot inside. And the colors are really a very trendy combination. Basic gray, Sahara sand, summer starfruit, and very vanilla. Alright, so you remember our Simply Scored tool. We have added to it once again, and I absolutely love this new addition. It's the Borders scoring plate, and it actually comes with two pieces. Not only does it have the scoring plate, as you can see here, but what it doesn't picture well, but I promise you it's there, and actually there's a video on my site that shows that shows demonstrator services showing it to you from Stampin' Up. When there is a plastic plate that goes over the top of it, so when you're running your stylus through, you're actually not just on the plate, but you're between a plastic sheet that's got this little edge going to it, so it keeps your stylus right in line with where it needs to be. Cross my heart for those who enjoy the crossword puzzle. I can see all sorts of possibilities with this beautiful stamp set. And that's the ticket. Remember, we had tickets in the Artisan kit earlier in the catalog. Tickets are a hot item right now, and we went ahead and created a whole stamp set and even a blank one for you to do with what you will. We added another paper piercing pack. Coordinates nicely with the first set of framelits that were shown, the oval ones. This one coordinates nicely with the heart framelits that are came out actually last year and are featured in the annual catalog. And then this is just a hodgepodge of all sorts of different punches and framelits that we are currently offering. So it's a nice piercing pack to pick up just to add that beautiful pierced look to any of your projects. Alright, so we're more than 3/4 of the way there. This is the Sunshine and Sprinkles suite. This is your little kid suite, although it's so bright and cheery you could do a million things with it. You have another textured embossing folder, the clouds, and look at these cute little clips. This is actually 2 purchases if you want all 6 shapes. You've got the hung up set and the elements shapes, and then you have this beautiful Sprinkle Designer Series paper. And don't forget, I have product samplers, so as you're looking at all these things thinking, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, you could just get a little bit of paper, a little sample of each of the papers, a little sample of each of all the embellishments that I've shown, or a little sample of the ribbons that you've seen throughout this catalog. I'm going to show you some more when I flip the page, and just see what you really like before you purchase the full size of anything. The Oh Whale stamp set is just absolutely wonderful, and you can see that there's a line around the whale because there is a clear lit die that goes with many of the objects that are pictured in this stamp set, and they've even thrown in a few extras just for fun. You've got this really cool O Wave wheel as well, which will make a great addition. I can definitely see it on scrapbook pages and making really fun seawater, beach scenes for on cards as well. Remember, I said you've got some more ribbon. This is the last set of ribbon that's featured in the spring catalog. This is our organdy ribbon, and it comes in Marina Mist, Melon Mambo, and Old Olive, which coordinates perfectly with the Sprinkles Designer Series paper. You have this beautiful bridal shower, baby shower, rain or shine stamp set, and then we have yet again another Simply Scrappin' kit, but this time we've paired it with a beautiful 8x8 designer printed album in Daffodil Delight. Just like all the other suites pictured in this catalog, we have digital ensembles and digital collection discs to use as an addition to your MDS product. And remember, you can get MDS for free for 30 days just to try it out. Here's that cute little pinwheel. I actually have another video on my channel that shows you how to put these together really easily. I have put together almost 100 to date, so I feel like I'm somewhat of an expert, even though it's the first day of the catalog. Pictured here is another bundle, the All Dressed Up bundle, for those of you that are into the dress up or still have kids that love to do that at that age. The die cuts are awesome. The framelit is beautiful and goes around the dress perfectly. And of course there's some words to go with it, so you can create cards. You can create really cool pop-up cards with this, and that's what the Dress Form Pop and Cuts die is made to do for you. We put a stamp set together that's a nod towards those, whether they're having the baby or adopting the baby. So I think that's a nice addition to any kind of a congratulations on the baby. And we also recognized the grandparents this time as well with some of our phrases. This cute little Wishes Your Way stamp set actually is a nod to the pinwheel. It's got things like you're headed in the right direction, wishing you a twirly whirly birthday. So definitely something that goes with that beautiful pinwheel. Alright, and so as I've been mentioning all along, we have our My Digital Studio, and this is just a recap page about that. We are now to the Just Can't Get Enough Holiday Catalog Recap. Don't forget that you can always host a party to get new stuff, and this is your hostess table to tell you what your goodies are. And again, these are the hostess benefits that are only available during this catalog period. So I hope that you have thoroughly enjoyed this tour. I will be posting my favorite 10 items, and maybe you can guess what some of those are going to be. Remember, this catalog started today, January 3rd, and runs through the end of May, May 31st, 2013. So go make it a great day and enjoy shopping in the spring catalog.